Hello guys, notorious bandit leader Bello Turji has been decimated. I repeat, notorious bandit leader Bello Turji has been decimated by the Nigerian military. Tinubu, now you do this one. And also the National Security Advisor, Ribadu, is doing a wonderful job. But let's not forget that if you don't go to the root cause of any problem, you cannot solve that problem. Let the Nigerian military, the Nigerian government under this southern president, because it seems when there is a southern president, we are always winning wars against terrorism and banditry, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. Look at what Jonathan did with Ejirika, and look at how the North were shouting at the top of their voice that they are killing us. Ejirika had to get to an extent whereby he was hitting these Boko Haram guys, hitting them hard. But northern politicians and most of the elders were crying out aloud and made sure they forced Jonathan to relieve Ejirika as chief of army staff. So anytime there is a southern president, we seem to have good news on banditry and whatever is happening in the north. So we are asking the president, as you continue your restructuring, make sure you go to the root cause of this banditry, because we will spend our money in the south. Oil will give us money in the south. We will carry the same oil and go and spend it for northerners. We use and buy weapons and do. See, under Buhari regime, we know the billions of naira they spent in repairing the north. Under Jonathan regime, we know the billions of naira we spent in repairing the north, because the government was not able to nip it at the bud. Go to the root cause of all this and make sure that you decimate these guys and clear them out, especially their sponsors. See, one thing I'm surprised about is how the military arrived at repentant Boko Haram members and bringing them into the Nigerian army. How the military were able to arrive at that conclusion that these guys have been rehabilitated. Prisons in Nigeria have not been able to rehabilitate their inmates. Some people, they go to prison and become hardened criminals. I was arrested because I fought when I was young. I was vibrant. My adrenaline, my blood, they hot when I was young. So I used to fight a lot. I fought and I beat up the girlfriend of a police officer. I was staying at Alausa then. There's Alausa police station. So as young as I was arrested. I was taken to the cell. I think it's a cell, not prison. I was taken to the cell. When I got there, they were saying all sorts of things. I got into the cell I came out much more hardened. Much more hardened. You see, you can't tell me that you are rehabilitating Boko Haram that are killing people, that are spilling blood day by day, that have an ideology that they don't be part of this Western. They don't anything West. Boko Haram, Haram, Western ideology is haram. That is their name. And you pardon them and bring them into the Nigerian military. I've never seen this kind of thing before. It shocked me. And I'll be looking at, we have generals. We have people with so many ranks. We have intelligent people in the Nigerian army. All you have to do to rehabilitate these people, after you're so close for them, you do one or two things. I don't know what they are doing while they are rehabilitating them. I don't know the program they went through, or they took them abroad, or some other special program. But the rehabilitation and bringing them into the Nigerian army never solved the Boko Haram issue. You see, you don't negotiate with terrorists, especially those that spill human blood. When you understand the ideology of these guys, you don't negotiate with them. You give them the capital punishment. You see what is happening? Okay, let's move on. Now, President Tinubu is restructuring Nigeria. Moving from one region to the other, restructuring. A southern president, the possibility of nipping this Boko Haram element, ISWAP, and bandits in the north is at 50 to 60%. The possibility. But if it were a northern president, I beg your pardon, under Buhari, they were being pampered in a way. I'm telling you, if Tinubu is allowed to work, if they give this NSA, National Security Advisor, the space to work, he is going to make sure that these guys are unheard of. That is, if they go to the root cause, the sponsors of Boko Haram, which are, in quote, politicians, which are people in position of leadership in the north, sponsoring this evil that have cost Boko Haram, banditry, have cost Nigeria more than almost a trillion naira. 2 or 3 trillion naira. Boko Haram. Money that we're supposed to use to fix the South and other states, we carry them because of some people. They have an ideology and they are being supported by the people around, especially those in power. I said it that where there is a mineral resource, if you see anywhere there's mineral resources, there is always insecurity and crisis or terrorism action. Look at Osun State. Osun has some gold. Look at the revelation by the Nigerian police or DSS that some people were training bomb explosive training ground. For what now? Training ground. Are we at war? Training ground. And most of them are northerners. Anywhere there is natural resources, there's always insecurity. Look at Zamfara, the hotbed. Look at Niger State. Look at other states in the north. Anywhere you see these natural resources, you always see them there. So the president, Tinubu, should at least, the sponsors, if you don't go to the root cause, you cannot make any difference. Look at the guy that Governor Adeleke pardoned. That guy that was pardoned by Governor Adeleke. Look at, he was pardoned. Somebody that they almost took, is supposed to die in prison. The governor pardoned him. At the end of the day, he went to commit another crime that took him to prison. You see, somebody that was crying, the family were crying, that this guy, because of he did one small thing, blah, blah, blah. The governor, Governor Adeleke, had to pardon him. After pardoning him, not up to 3 months, he went back to crime. So you don't rehabilitate Boko Haram. You don't rehabilitate terrorists at all. They cannot change. They have spilled so much blood. The capital punishment is what is expected for terrorists that are terrorizing, ransacking village, killing people, kidnapping, beheading, putting out videos. They have been in this business for a very, very long time. This is their business of kidnapping. Some people in the south have taken over. Some people went to Port Harcourt and they were being kidnapped. I believe it should be the indigenes of those areas. Because the Fulani people are not these kidnappers that were kidnapping during the Buhari regime. Don't leave work for the locals. The locals are now the ones kidnapping. Look at Anambra. The locals are the ones involved in kidnapping. Setting a precedent. These Boko Haram and these ISWAP, these terrorists, Al-Qaeda, sponsors, whatever, they are the ones that started all this in the first place. If Tinubu wants to succeed in this fight, he needs to nip it in the bud. Caveats. Just know that I am not a supporter of President Bello Tinubu. I support him when the interests, there's no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but there are permanent interests. Because I know my reasons why I don't support President. I've been saying it over and over again so that you don't get carried away when I hit him below the belt. Because I'm not somebody that when I see something I'll start shying away from it. No. I'm a human being first before I'm Igbo. I see you as a human being first before I look at your nationality, your culture, and your religion. That's what I do. I don't care what happens. Whatever happens, I don't care. So the president should, this is a giant strike. Southern presidents always take efforts to nip this in the bud. Now that he has divided the Arewa people, now that he has divided the North, he has the opportunity to make sure that he enter, divide and rule, divide and rule, divide and rule. When you divide them amongst their ranks, they are not united again to fight you as a force. If he's able to decimate this Bello Turji, this guy had disturbed, even under Buhari regime, the guy disturbed. He was saying that the governor of Zamfara, Matawale, the Bello Turji was saying it himself that the governor is aware of what he's doing or is sponsoring him. He said it. And when they make these allegations, see, even you say the allegations are lies, there's some atom of truth in it. There is no insecurity that would last in a place, in a community, in a society, in a region, without the politicians having a hand in it. Look at the killings in the southeast. I've said it. The politicians are responsible for the killings in the southeast. Okay, now that Samanekwa is not in the picture, don't we have killings? Before Samanekwa and Nnamdi Kanu, we had Bakassi of those days and Otokoto. People were kidnapping and killing people. The armed robbery then, during the Anini then. So politicians are influencing. If anybody comes out and say Biafra, 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 he must have a link with a politician that is supporting him in whatever he's doing. Because you cannot leave out those officials whenever there's insecurity in any region. Look at the southwest. The politicians are coming together saying no. They are cooperating. They don't want, because they can't be complicit, and it can't be possible. If the politician is not complicit in that crime, it can't be possible. Where do they get these guns? How much are they making? Where do they get these guns? Who gives them cover? You are engaging the Nigerian military. You know what it is? The Nigerian military can go and, oh God, oh God, oh God. They have caught some soldiers that supply them. Maybe these are the repentant Boko Haram soldiers they brought into the army, and those ones are working against them. You give them the location of the... See, if Tinubu does not go to the root cause, we'll still have... Another group came up in Kaduna, another terrorist group. They are just rising up. When there's a Southern president, that's when they know that they will rise up, and you cannot spoil the administration of this Southern president. You cannot spoil. So far, this guy is restructuring Nigeria. You cannot do anything. If he deviates, then that is the only thing that will help President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If he deviates from restructuring, because you have touched the tail of the lion already, and they are going to fight you already. You don't commit against these northerners already, they are going to fight you already. So it's better you continue with the fight and begin to decimate them. The minorities everywhere in Nigeria, give them a sense of belonging, especially those that feed the nation. Ogoni alone can feed the whole of northern Nigeria. Ogoni land, almost like 3 oil wells, can feed the whole of northern Nigeria. But the northern Nigeria cannot feed southern Nigeria. No, they cannot feed. They cannot feed. Are you looking at? You don't understand what I'm saying. They cannot feed southern Nigeria. If you think they can feed, please, the comment section is there. You can educate us on how northern Nigeria can feed southern Nigeria. But the reasons why they joined the northern and southern protectorate is because the north could not fend for itself. They are just consuming population, use religion, make people dormant. See, religion sometimes has made people lose their sense that God has given them. Religion. I'm a Christian. I don't practice religion. I live the life of Christ. I'm not a religious person. But there are... Jesus, the Holy Spirit has to lead you. Sorry, I'm a Christian. Maybe I use Christian terms if you are watching me and you are of other faith. The Holy Spirit is one that will lead you now. Lead you. It is not some set of rules by men that are looking for relevance. You know, some people, pastors, some imams, they use religion to suppress their people. And they do it. Haven't you seen pastors that will bury human? So you think that pastors are infallible? That pastors cannot do evil or are not doing it? Not all pastors. Religion has made people suspend their brain. And it is happening in the north. So much. Jonathan tried rebuilding all these schools for the Amajiri. Buhari come, they abandon them, they scatter them. Ahmed Gumi, down on the talk, you see them making statements about bandits because you have a northern president. I believe Tinubu has a lot on his hands. 8 years will not be enough for him to restructure Nigeria. Me, I'm from his structure, you know. For good governance, I don't think Tinubu can give good governance. So I've said it, I'll repeat it. I don't think Tinubu can give good governance. So what is good governance? That's the question we need to ask. What is good governance? Number one, justice. If the average Nigerian can get justice at no cost, that is governance. Justice. If the average Nigerian, the poorest of the poor, cannot get justice at no cost, you have not started governance. Anything you are doing is just elephant policies and elephant achievement. Have you seen some places whereby go to some of these Lekki houses, big houses, nobody is there. They're just empty, useless, just standing for standing sake. It does not benefit anybody. People who has the houses, they abandon it, and they go abroad. Look at Emefiele, the houses he built, several and something. Nobody is living there. A waste of resources. That is not governance. When the people have confidence in the institutions of government, that is governance. If the people don't have confidence, there's nothing you can do. If a woman does not love you, there's nothing you can do that will make the woman to be loyal to you, whatever. But if she loves you, you don't need to have enough. Exception for Nigerian women. You don't need to have enough. You understand? So I'm saying, Tinubu, the dirty job, he should continue doing it. But I don't think he can give good governance. I've asked this question. This second question. If you think Tinubu can give good governance, let us know in the comment section how he's bringing good governance to the people. Please don't tell me let us wait. Oh, look at what happened in Argentina. Argentina president, within 2 years, he transformed everything. No? And mind you, these people, the APC, they are not transparent. Oh. There's many things that are hidden that they will not allow you know. In every cadre of government, there are so many things that it is an occultic thing. If you go to local government, they have assembly, people that, don't you know what means occultic? They do meetings, there's allocations. The media that work with them, they tell the media what to report. Have been in that shoe before. They tell the media what to report, and if you don't report, they might antagonize you, and they will not call you for any press briefing conference again. So when there is money involved, this governance, no transparency. So you cannot be a government that is not transparent to the people. The people don't have faith in you, and you are bringing good governance where? The people that are shouting online are APC people. Everything has gone up. People cannot feed. People are getting frustrated much more than Buhari's. Let's not pretend about it. But for the fact that he needs to restructure Nigeria, he should continue. If he restructures, it could get better at the end of the tunnel. But he should not tell us that it's good governance. No. As a poor man, you cannot get justice. I'm telling you, it's not possible. Cannot get justice. Somebody that has money can oppress you. Is it not our Nigerian police? Our Nigerian police. When they see cash, somebody steals your phone, you want to track that phone. They say you should bring money for tracking, yes. They say you bring money for fuel. They say bail is free, and they will be lying and be saying bail is free. The other day, someone was arrested. Bail is free. They collect. They'll start threatening you. That's the worst thing. I was arrested while doing my journalism. I took a video. I've said this before. So as I was taking that video secretly, I didn't know that there was a police without mufti that was watching me. So the police caught me and took me to the station. And what was coming from their mouth? I will carry this gun, I will shoot you now, you will die. That was what was coming from their mouth. These are people, these are police. So when they see, so if you cannot bring justice to people, if you cannot strengthen institutions, if you cannot, the basic amenities, basic. Umahi went to build Ngbogbogbo airport, nobody's using it. You wasted money. Money for waste. You waste money. That is not good governance. The people are not feeling the impact. Go to that airport now. You see people sitting on the ground. Who are the people using the airport? The people are not empowered economically to use that airport. Now, Tinubu's mantra is widen the tax net, reduce their purchasing power. Is that good governance? You can be building this one, Lekki free trade, whatever, toll gate, coastal road. My lecturer said that it is government that will take your taxes. He says so. I might not agree with him, but let me make a point. Government will take your taxes to build a road, put a toll on that road, and still expect you to pay. Still expect you to what? Your tax, your own tax, will expect you to pay. Tolling that road, as you are passing, you are paying. They take money from you. You are the one that is paying the money, the tax. they will use it and build road and put toll gate. Then you are the same person that is going to pay to pass through that road. No be you with that. Where I don't agree with him is if the government had borrowed that money, then they might have justification to toll to recover their money. But you see, a government that is not transparent, not accountable to the people, I'm telling you, these guys are not, they don't send you. What they are doing is to show off. So I've made my point on that. The only way Tinubu can make sure that the North is put to shame is when he goes to the root of all this banditry in the North, and make sure the sponsors are brought to book. Let there be capital punishment if he wants to bring an end. But who is he to do so? He has not, nobody crosses that line. He has not crossed that line yet. He's only cleaned the Bello Turji. Then another person will rise up, because there are so many interests in the North. Whether it is natural resources, some governor will go and build airports. You don't need airports, you can build airports. And we are having reports that they use the airport to smuggle. I not talk that one, no. The resources, they use airport to use that one to fly it out. Yeah. Yes, but my governor built airports, Abia State governor, so that when people are coming to invest, they have a place to fly in through Abia State. I look at that. The state might not need airport at this point in time, but I'm very, very sure that that airport is going to meet the people halfway. The people are going to utilize the airport, and it's going to bring economic prosperity to Abia State. Kudos to the NSA chairman, Nuhu Ribadu, and also the president. I believe Bello Turji must be dead.